well met. I'm Ed Greenwood, the creator of the Forgotten Realms. You can read my lore in over 500 Realms publications down the years, and these days, catch new lore from me on my Discord server, Greenwood's Grotto, on my Patreon, I'm Ed Greenwood there, and watch Realms lore videos and Ed time stories set in the Realms from me on my, yes, Ed Greenwood YouTube channel. See you in the Realms. In this adventure, you'll visit a place, the Lodge, and meet some major NPCs. And I created them all for your Dungeon Master, Kris the Grey, to use in this Isekai Realms charity stream for GenConTV. The charity we're trying to raise money for is a very worthy one: Extra Life for Kids. Everyone should go and check them out and consider contributing at the link provided. When we do things for children, ours and the kids of others, we're building a brighter future for our planet and helping to make their lives brighter than ours. So there are no more worthy causes than that. Now, I have played in several Isekai Realms adventures, and I love them. Stepping through a portal into another world and trying not just to stay alive there, but accomplish great things, is an irresistible dream for me. And because this other world is the Realms, for me it's like playing in a favorite sandbox that just happens to be in my own mind. So thank you, Isekai heroes. However, while I'm having fun being entertained by your exploits, you are fighting challenges that, could kill you. And it's getting serious now as your adventures build to a climax. So, if I may steal some advice for you from a certain cantankerous sage of Shadowdale, it will be this: choose carefully. That is, choose your foes with care, and choose your allies with even more care. We all walk different paths through life and may end up colliding or wanting different things that will lead us into conflict, even if we've been helping each other earlier. So, trust not too long in trust. And I'll leave you there, thinking, what did he just say? Just think on it, and perhaps survive. So, brave heroes, until swords part.
Good evening and welcome to GenConTV, the beating heart of gaming culture and community. Tonight, we're thrilled to bring you a unique and exciting event, our own Isekai Realms Dungeons & Dragons actual play charity stream. Join us as we embark on an adventure unlike any other, all in the spirit of giving and fun. I'm your guide through these mystical realms, Kris, or as I'm known in gaming circles, Kris the Grey. By day, I navigate the intricate labyrinths of the law, but by night, I delve the rich worlds of fantasy role playing. A longtime gamer, dungeon master, and devoted fan of all things Gen Con, I'm here to weave a tale that will captivate and inspire you all. Tonight's Odyssey is set in the mystical world of the Forgotten Realms, but with an isekai twist. Imagine a game where you're not just playing a character, but a version of you, whisked away to face the challenges and wonders of a fantastical world. Inspired by tales like The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe and John Carter of Mars, our game, run in the classic second edition Dungeons and Dragons rules, promises a unique take on a standard RPG adventure. Joining me on this grand adventure are four intrepid souls, each bringing their special flair to the realms. Players, the time has come for you to step forward and introduce yourselves to the audience.
Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Yang-Yang Wang. Quick disclaimer, I am an employee of Wizard of the Coast and all thoughts and opinions of my own, but you can also find me on the Dungeon Scrawlers, where I'm one of the founding members. We play a lot of TTRPGs, we talk a lot of games, and we do some really cool group-related activities around writing. So come check us out at twitch.tv/Dungeon Scrawlers every Wednesday night around 6 p.m. Pacific.
Hey everyone, I'm Caleb Patrick, and I'm excited to be a part of this event for GenConTV. I'm co-DM, lead story writer, and content creator for Stardust and Dragons, You can find us at snd_pod on Instagram or stardustdragons.com. Hope you guys enjoy watching this as much as we enjoyed playing it today.
Hajime Mashite. My name is Christian Hatcher. I am 25 and I'm currently located in Tokyo, Japan, which is a perfect place for an isekai adventure if you ask me. I'm an actor, singer, dancer, among other things, and I'm currently studying to become a better one of those things here in Tokyo. I am here representing Stardust and Dragons, a homebrew D&D podcast in which I am not only a cast member in, but also part owner in the overall company. Our show's adventure takes place in space, where we have homebrewed cool things like Stardust, and our editors immerse you in our new galaxy with special effects and music. We have a team of around 30 people, writers, actors, editors, producers, and the best part is we're based all over the world. So look us up wherever you listen to your podcast. And remember, our adventure is in the stars. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu. And I hope you guys enjoy this isekai adventure.
Hello folks, I'm Banzai Baby. You can usually find me on TikTok as Banzai Baby or on Instagram as Banzai Baby, that's BABEE, or you can also find me here on twitch.tv/GenConTV.
Thank you. I look forward to tossing you all into the deep end of the gaming pool. But before we delve into the heart of our quest, let's also take a moment to thank those who've made this magical evening possible, starting with a heartfelt thank you to the valiant players for donating your time and talents for tonight's cause, with immense gratitude to Peter Adkison, GenCon's visionary CEO, for welcoming us to GenConTV, and with a special nod to the Dungeon Scrawlers Twitch and YouTube channel, our comrades in the realms of isekai gaming. And a final thank you to my friend Eric Scott DeB, whose introductions have woven our paths together here tonight. Speaking of the Dungeon Scrawlers, if the realms we explore tonight excite your imagination, please venture over to the Dungeon Scrawlers channel on Twitch or on YouTube. There you'll find a full 11-episode isekai saga set in the Forgotten Realms, along with a couple of special isekai one-shot adventures that walk the worlds between Bram Stoker's classic novel Dracula to the high school hallways of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. A treasure trove of tales await. But as we stand on the brink of our adventure, let's also not forget the real purpose of tonight's gathering, to support the noble cause of Extra Life, a charity by gamers for gamers. Every coin and gem we collect tonight goes to this incredible organization. But don't just take my word for it. Let's take a moment to hear from them directly about the critical mission they serve.
Oh, hi there. Time for Extra Life again? Wait, what is Extra Life? Seriously? Extra Life is a charity gaming fundraiser. We play games to raise money for local children's hospitals. Extra Lifers around the world have raised more than $100 million since 2008, and all because of people like you. So what are you waiting for? Donate to Extra Life to help kids like me.
Welcome for Act 3, our third episode in the Isekai Realms GenConTV production. I hope you've been contributing generously to our benefactors Extra Life, and that you've been enjoying the little introductions by the authors that we've had at the start of every episode. You've been learning a little bit about lore and the lore behind this adventure along the way. All right, so when last we left our heroes at the end of Act 2, things went a little bit differently than your humble dungeon master, well, your dungeon master, might have even imagined that they'd go. The players arrived at the Nine Hunters Lodge in the midst of the King's Forest on Midsummer Eve. Saw before them the 3 dead men that they had discovered on the trail, which was most disconcerting, and got to know the voices in their head a little bit better. Got some suggestions, got some advice, got some power. And they ate the local food, some of them, drank the local beverages, and found themselves unexpectedly taking a rather momentous trip out to the Jakes at night, where combat ensued of all various types, and
Shit happened.
shit, most assuredly. happened. And now the players are trying to recover from this traumatic experience. And I think where we exactly left off was Christian, having brains exploded all over him, was vomiting in the mud, letting the rain clean him off. Yang-Yang was luxuriating in his power, his untraveled power.
Mind Crusher Yang-Yang!
I'm double tapping that body like my boy Caleb requested. I'm just doing it for science, you know.
Yeah, we'll get to there in just 1 second. And Caleb, against the advice of the voice in his head, was just gonna bust on through the front doors of the inn covered in blood to, well, I guess we'll all find out together what it is he's going to do. Lastly, Banzai was inside, taking a rather clever approach to not going up into that attic alone with a friend. So, as we pick things up, let's go first outside to Mind Crusher Yang-Yang. So, tell me what you'd like to do to this dead changeling?
Yeah, so I'm just gonna first try to practice my power by like lifting its limbs and seeing if I could put its limbs in a way that like arrests it. So, you know, like spin it, tie it around its body or something.
Would you roll a 20-sided die for me?
That's another 6.
Okay. So you will once again feel warmth surging through your chest, and it's begging to be let out as power. Would you like to do that?
Yeah.
No.
All right. So a wave of mental energy will go course forth from you to the body on the ground, and you will twist it up like a pretzel, surprising even yourself with the agility and crushing force that you deploy against this thing with your mind. I really hope that that thing wasn't still alive, because if it was, ouch.
Well, Christian, I think it's dead.
Okay.
Christian, you're just shaking it off, buddy. Just shaking it off.
Okay, I'm good. Now, what do you want?
Yang-Yang, I should say this, because I almost didn't. When you burst forth with that power, another one of the corners of that starburst, there are 5, will burst forth. And you'll notice that when that thing glows back down again, that the sort of edges of the starburst dull a bit. Like, perhaps.
Slots.
Yeah, so does it leave an after image that I can show Christian, or does it just go away real quick?
You can luminesce it as easily as you'd like.
Oh, okay, yeah, I activate it and I show Christian. Dude, can you turn yours on and we can compare? Because I think mine is starting to change a little bit as I use my powers.
Yeah. I'll turn mine on.
All right. So yes, if you think about what Christian has done and not done, had nothing that's really caused any great bursts of light. So you'll notice that the edges of 2 of the starbursts of the 5 around the skull have dimmed slightly. 3 are still bright. 2 have dimmed slightly. Whereas Christian seems to have starbursts at the edge of the starbursts and like at the end of the fingers of the hands of the 2 hands.
Yeah.
Maybe if you get into a state of extreme distress and you really want to manifest your powers, you can too.
Fireball. I got you.
But
I got you.
we only have maybe 5 shots at this, according
5
to this
fireballs. That's like 15 spell slots, isn't it? Something like that?
I guess, yeah.
Yeah. 5 fireballs. I got you.
Yeah, but save it when we need it, right?
Yeah. Yeah, no more changelings, or whatever the heck those are gonna happen, okay?
This is the only one, right?
Y'all are always asking, you're the Come on, Yang-Yang, let's just go back inside, man. Let's just go back inside. Are you done?
All right.
Alright, cool.
All right, so speaking of going back inside, so Caleb, you crashed through the door. You said,
Mhm.
Banzai, where are you? You got something more you wanted to say?
I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna say to whatever god I'm talking to, I'm gonna be like, you claim to have helped me before. Help me identify who it is that I should be wary of in here. I'm kind of hoping for like a detect good evil kind of thing. See if I can sense out the changelings. Maybe the gods will respond and lend me aid. Because at this point, I can't be certain that Banzai is gonna be Banzai because she was left alone.
If you want, this remember is James Earl Jones. If you want my help, you're going to need to follow my advice. And that means you are going to need to de-escalate this situation before it gets much, much worse.
Okay.
So how do you plan to de-escalate the situation? Banzai! It's Caleb. He's at the door. He yelled your name. He's splattered in some fluids and chunks of stuff.
My face is going to I'm gonna just start throwing up everything that I was like choking back, and I'm gonna be like, Yang Yang, he all over me.
Oh God!
Like, I tried to help him into the bathroom and it just
Oh God! Is that poop everywhere? Oh God! You just. Oh no! Is that? Oh, this chunks didn't get digested all the way. Is that what's on your?
I think it's the hand.
Oh my God! It's projectiles everywhere. Can somebody give me like some? I'll take one of the canisters and like.
I start throwing cider on me to
You
wash it
guys
off.
are killing Yang Yang. You're killing him. Can you see him? He's dying.
I start throwing the cider on me to like wash it off, and I'm just like still vomiting, and I'm.
Oh my God! Projectile poop everywhere. Everywhere. It's just projectile matter.
And then
all
in
the
my
meat
head,
chunks from the stew.
in my head, I go. I think I covered my base pretty well.
Creative. Let's see how it plays out. It doesn't have the cultural reference to be able to say bold move cotton. Let's see how it plays out. But that's really what I, as the DM, want to say. Anyway, okay, so Banzai, does that involve you rushing over and helping
I rush
with
over
the
with the. I just grab
projectile
somebody's
poop?
mind. I just go, excuse me, sorry, and then I grab a mead thing and throw it on him. Like, oh, use this to sanitize.
Where's the hand sanitizer, please?
This is sanitize. This is mead. Mead
Okay.
sanitizes.
So you'll be at that for a couple minutes. You'll notice that everyone will look at you like dramatically when you came rolling in the door and started yelling out, and it looked like they were about to react, but then all of a sudden there was this poop story that you both were somehow coordinating with each other, and I don't know, people seem to be buying it. The woman sitting now by herself at the table is shaking her head. There's no sign of Leora, and the lodge keeper is in the kitchen. They're all kind of looking out at you, like, what the heck's going on out there? And it looks like
this probably smells so bad. Please, you gotta step outside,
looks like
sir.
the lodge keeper might be coming this way to offer some assistance.
It's just
The three patrol members sitting over at the table will look over at you coming in the door, see you put on this show, and kind of turn their heads away from you.
It's my one semester theater experience. You're welcome.
Golf clap. It certainly deserves a golf clap.
Yeah.
And Banzai, you could not have executed that without your assistance.
Mhm.
That is the most bizarre bluff check I have ever seen a couple of players perform. All right, so Yang-Yang and Christian, you were comparing notes outside. I think you were kind of done.
Yeah, so you said there's another body. Where's the body the original body that's not that before's body? Where's the guy that actually was the small?
Right inside there. In
No,
the
you're
bathroom.
gonna have to bring him out. I'm not going in there, Yang-Yang.
That's wise.
I'm
That's
not.
wise.
I'm not going in.
Just give me a moment. I go inside. I pick up the body, you know, as best as I can. I don't want to use my powers anymore because I might only have 3 shots left. So I try to bring it out as best as I can. But I lay it.
You can drag that body, which has been folded up in the most undignified way, curled around the base of the stall thing there that's designed to, you know, be a receptacle for poop. And so you'll sort of uncurl it and drag it out, strangled into the mud.
But is there like a little ledge or balcony or something? Because I don't want to get it in the rain in case there's like some evidence. I don't want it to be washed away.
No, not really. The best you can do is stand over it to shelter it from the rain.
I drag it to the doorway, and then I just invite Christian to come take a look.
Christian, did you want to approach the outhouse and
You're gonna
see
have
what?
to drag that out here, Yang-Yang. What's
But
the
the
issue?
evidence.
What
I mean,
evidence?
it
Yeah,
might
there's no
get rid of the evidence.
Yang-Yang, I'm telling you, I have a degree in criminal justice, right? You take this to any court. We got a person covered in blood. We got a mangled, headless body that's turned into a pretzel. And you got 4 people that nobody knows. And 3 of whom walked to the outhouse after the person that supposedly it's not looking. There's no giving this to courtrooms and people forever. We're gonna bury the body after we loot it. Okay, Yang-Yang? That's what we're gonna do. Together.
I think you have a point. Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Just
it's
drag
over.
it right on up to Christian.
Thank you, Yang. And
You
I'm gonna
heard me describe the body earlier, strangled, dumped in the
Yeah.
outhouse. Yeah.
I'm gonna try and get however many coins that homie had on him.
Mhm.
I want them in my pocket so that we could be a little bit richer. For one.
Step 1 in investigation is always loot the body. Okay.
Loot
body.
the body, loot the body. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So he has a coin purse.
Okay, I want it all.
His changeling did not bother to take the coin purse. You can feel the reassuring jingle of coins in there. Do you want to count them, or are you just sort of like, oh, I'm just gonna tuck these away?
I wouldn't know how to count them. They'd just be copper and silver, and I'd just be like, you know, I got some of that
Tucked away.
as well.
Tucked away. He also has a
Alright.
dagger. He has a dagger belted on. Didn't do him any good when he was in the bathroom.
All right, so that dagger, I am actually. Nah, we're gonna leave the dagger on him. I was like, maybe we can set up the scene or anything like that. No, we're just gonna leave that on him. Keep the pretzel body actually out in the middle as well. Just confuse people. Let's just confuse people.
So are we just staging a murder, basically? Like we're like changing the story around what happened?
No.
Are we burying them?
We're gonna drag the one that's all pretzeled can stay here. We're dragging the original body farther out in the woods. Come on. Grab an arm. And probably gonna go a little bit farther than the outhouse. Just farther down.
So at least until the sun comes up, nobody's going to just easily find that body.
Exactly.
All right. Covering up the murder. Thank you
we
both.
will cover the tracks as well.
Use some brush to just
to
obscure those tracks. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
So while they're outside staging the crime scene, what are you, Banzai, and Caleb doing inside? It's been a little longer than you might have expected. Did they stop for a snack on the way back? Like what's going on out there? You're all
Wait,
cleaned up. You're
who's
seated
talking?
back at your chair. The DM to you two.
Oh, okay. So while I'm trying to pretend clean this up, I'm gonna tap Caleb and be like, confirming like what the heck happened. Sir, do you want more meat to wash off? I hear meat is very sanitizing. Or mish. What is thumbs? What is this called?
Mash.
Mash.
I go, absolutely. Just pour more on. And in my head, am I able to project images?
Have you tried to
Or is it
project an
just
image?
words? I have not. I am just going to do like a quick flash of looking down at my hand, stabbing into this chest, and looking up and seeing my own face in the rain. And then I'm gonna shoot an image where it's just like a flashbang, basically.
Like a scene from Blade Runner with Rutger Hauer on the roof.
Yeah.
Can you roll a 20-sided die for me? We'll see if
I can.
if you succeed it.
That is a 9.
Yeah. Whoa, that's an image of horror in your mind now, Banzai. So thanks
And
for that.
then the last one's gonna be like a flash of light, and then it's just gonna be a recreation of the head exploding and flying into my mouth.
Oh wow, it gets worse.
watching Christian start vomiting, and
oh
then
my God,
me,
it doesn't stop getting worse.
and then me running to the door.
Do I have to roll to throw up? This is a lot.
You can roll a 20-sided die, sure. Let's.
If I have to live with this, so do you.
Oh God, 4.
Okay, so good news, bad news situation. Good news is you didn't throw up. Bad news is before the mark was able to come to your assistance, your gorge rose to the edge of your throat. So you're swallowing some of that back down again is kind of where you're at.
Oh my gosh, that smells so foul, sir.
It must have been the mash. It just didn't sit right.
And here comes the lodge keeper. By the gods, man, are all of you all right? I've never seen that happen with my wife's cooking before. I'm terribly sorry. I know we were going to charge you for a room tonight, but please stay at no cost. It's midsummer. I hate such a horrible thing to happen to you on my watch. Leora's preparing the room for you right now.
I think we're not locals around here. I think it must not have sat right with Yang-Yang. I was helping him out. It's muddy. Someone slipped. I went to help him up. The pressure rose and he just let it flow through him. I don't
mean to know exactly what happened, sir, but I can get you a bucket with some warm, soapy water and a rag if it will help.
That would be much appreciated.
Allow me to do just that. Please sit down.
I think Banzai, there's an extra change of clothes in there. We should probably go outside and help Yang-Yang and Christian. I can only imagine the state that Christian's in if I'm like this.
Oh gosh. Okay. I'll just take one of these meats off the table. Be like, for sanitation purposes.
And I guess we walk back outside.
All right. You're out in the rain now. You look around the corner. There is no sign of those two. Where the heck did they get off to?
The body's gone too. And I immediately turn to Banzai and I go, oh, it got them. Oh God, I told him to double tap it. I knew it wasn't dead. Oh, I should have stabbed it. I should have just stabbed it again.
Wait, are they dead? Are they? Oh God.
Do you see them? And I'm gonna walk back towards the bathroom. I'm gonna shine my light and see if I can spot any tracks, anything.
Hey, folks that are in the shadows trying to hide a dead body. Somebody's out here with a flashlight or something.
Oh, yeah. God dang it. I guess today has just been a bad day. Yeah. It's been a very bad day. I woke up here. Okay.
I mean, it started off with us being transported to a magical world, and within not even a day, we're burying a body that we murdered.
No, don't say that I didn't even touch it with the sword. So you popped its head.
Hey, I saw you trying. And then fall to your knees and start throwing up.
Attempted murder. No.
Hey, wait a minute. That light looks silvery blue. Those might be your friends.
It got them, Banzai.
Oh,
it's my fault.
Oh God. Oh God.
Do you hear crying?
I knew he wasn't fast enough to run away.
What are we gonna do?
No, I think that might be them. They're freaking out over there.
It sounds kind of like a wounded coyote. Okay.
I'll shine my light.
Wait. Good news. There's a light coming from the forest. It's silver blue. The color that
oh God, it's dragged its body. We might be able to say that they dragged the body. They're dragging them into the. That might be a sign that they need help.
Let's just go and I draw my sword and I rush through
Rush
the
out into the
underbrush.
night.
I rush
Right,
out into the
so-
night.
They're rushing at you, weapons drawn. Is this them? Is this a changeling? It's hard to say.
Hey, Caleb, you're big enough. Drag this body from me. I'm done. I'm done.
Wait.
Yeah, it looks like they
Hold
were
on.
dragging a body out into the woods. They
Can
weren't in
I-
any real danger.
Can I make
except
out the two
you know,
bodies?
There is a body. They left one folded
Yeah.
like a pretzel to confuse people on the trail. It succeeded. It confused people. And there is one that they're dragging between the two of them. It looks like the guy who came out before he turned to you and his head exploded. Banzai, this is just the guy that came out to go to the bathroom after them. They've got his dead body.
What'd you guys do?
I don't
We
even
didn't
know,
kill this
Banzai.
one.
Wait, hold
I
on.
don't even know.
He tried to
Also,
kill me and then turned into me.
I have to do. I'm gonna say something just to confirm. You guys are you. 867.
315.
79315.
Okay, yeah, that's close enough.
Is that the one?
I'm pretty sure it was
7,
5309. Come on,
Yes.
people.
Oh.
Banzai,
Yeah,
you and I are on the
imposters.
same wavelength.
Call Goldberg 800 600. Is it 6014 or 3014?
This is I can forget the name of the band, but something don't lose my number. Blah 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 blah. Jenny,
Yeah, I was
Jenny,
just-
don't
I was just
lose
trying-
my
wait, wait, wait.
number.
Okay, hold
I
on.
want to make
Actually,
you mine.
I'll do another one. That one might be a little bit. Who lives in a pineapple under the sea?
Ah, SpongeBob. I see.
SpongeBob.
Okay, yeah,
SpongeBob,
they're
me boy.
them. They're them.
All right,
SpongeBob.
our cultural touchstones are intact.
So I
There we go.
go, okay, so we're dragging this out. What is the plan? I'm just gonna talk to my god. I'm gonna be like, look, I de-escalated the situation as much as I could. They're dragging bodies through the underbrush. Like, now you should help me, right? I did what you said.
That's probably wise for them to be Remember, James Earl Jones. That's probably wise for them to be dragging bodies through the underbrush. After all, we're trying to cover up the evidence of anything being amiss here. I think you should go back inside, calmly sit down, and, I don't know, finish your beverages? Let's see how this plays out. I'm pretty sure there's some shape changers in there. If you wanted to be really clever, you could try to figure out who they were and open up a line of communication. See what they're about.
Interesting. So I'm gonna say this out loud. I go, so the god of lies, who I can't trust, he's telling me that the shape changers are still inside. He's also saying we should try to maybe get information from them. And Yan, I don't know exactly how you were able to crush their mind, but do you think perhaps we might be able to disguise ourselves? It is the god of lies, and illusions are like their domain. Do you think like we could do like disguise self or alter self, or we could tap, and magic is harder. Can we do something to become the guy that was killed in the bathroom?
Banzai,
maybe, but
this is in your head. Well, this situation has escalated quickly. Remember, kindly older British gentleman who you transformed into, again, remind me.
Morgan
Uh,
Freeman.
Morgan
Freeman. Well, this situation has escalated quickly. There is more than one source of magic in the world, and not all magic has to come from the source that they're suggesting. I'm just putting that out there for you. I think we might have lost them, but it doesn't mean I've lost you. No indication that she got that message, so keep talking, Yang-Yang. Yeah, we might be able to use some illusion.
yeah, except the symbol on my that we all have keeps changing for me every time I use the power.
What do you
I think I
mean?
might only be able to use it 3 times more. I activate it to show him how part of the diagram is altered.
And I looked
Oh,
down at
and-
mine.
You'll look down at yours. Yes, some of the things have been employed by yours as well. What are the magical things you did? You resisted that Sturge.
And I noticed
you healed yourself.
It's the finger, right?
That was with 2 on the fingers of the gauntlet in hand. Have you done any other stuff since then?
I have done nothing else since then. I asked the god of trickery to
help
help
me. You used.
So maybe we're able to tap into each of the gods' domains to cast magic from their respective trees or domains. I don't think the god of lies heals.
Yeah.
This is in your head, Caleb. Remember James Earl Jones. Remember when I said it was important to make a choice? Haven't you made a choice? I don't know that you're going to want to go begging at the altar of other entities at this point. I thought we had a deal.
The deal is that you grant me the strength to slay the being. You didn't grant me the strength. You granted Yang-Yang the strength.
You, Yang-Yang, aren't you compatriots?
But that does not mean that you've given me power. You've given my companion power.
If you need direct assistance, I can provide you with direct assistance.
I asked you for direct assistance.
He managed to tap into the power before you did. You didn't want to how many times can you blow up a single being's head?
I don't need to blow up its head, but by not fulfilling your end of the bargain with me, there is no pledge that can be made or be held in, I don't know what you want to say, in fair judgment.
You can think of it that way if you like.
I do. I will. I am. It's not begging at another god's altar. It's literally me saying, "Hey, Torm, are you there? Hello? Anyone?"
Are you calling out to Torm?
Yes, I am. I'm literally calling out to Torm and the god of magic, and I'm like, anybody else, pick up the phone, please.
It's James Earl Jones again. This is more, let's see, James Earl Jones from, well, he's not Thulsa Doom. He's not Darth Vader. Give me a movie where James Earl Jones was the good guy.
Lion
Hunt
King.
for Red October. It sticks in my mind, but Lion King also works. More that person. You haven't crossed any uncrossable lines yet, Caleb. So don't let him lie to you. Well, don't believe them anyway.
Are you saying all of this out loud with the whole argument with your
literally
voice?
you just see me looking up at the sky, just like talking, like, dude,
I think,
like, what
hey, I think we could take a breath and take a step back. I'm going to try something. How about, can we all hold hands really quick? Just really quick. Because we're talking to voices right now, if you guys don't mind.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I just got through burying this body while everybody was just talking to their gods in their heads instead of the whole reason we're behind.
I'm just... Okay, hold. Can we all connect really quick? Just hold.
Yep.
Hold. I know we're going. And then I'm just going to think calming, cozy, warm thoughts of tranquility, and let's go back to... like healing and feel good, puppies, rainbow.
Boiling anger is inside of me right now at this god of lies.
Rainbows and waves and a hot chocolate with marshmallows, perfectly toasted, some warm, fresh baked chocolate chip cookies. Is this helping at all?
I feel like
No.
the changelings will know exactly who we are right now as we think of all the things from our world.
All right,
Surely
that
they
was
have cookies.
Very, very hard. Right.
that was my attempt for something that I guess didn't quite plan out how I wanted to.
We do have spells though, right? Why don't we just try and
Cast them?
try and leave with the spells we got right now?
Do you think we can do so? If this is before Mr. Change the Weave, we could join our
We've been
magic
out
together
here
and
too
do like a joint cast of the spell. Maybe teleportation, dimension door, get out of here,
That's what
play
I'm
the
saying,
shit.
right?
right? Right? Like,
We all have the god of
Y'all-
magic.
Could you all roll a 20-sided die for me while we're out in the woods, kumbayaing amongst ourselves?
Oh god.
That's an 11, right, Christian? A 3,
6.
Banzai, a 4, Yang-Yang, and a 6, Caleb. Okay, so Christian, you're just pointed in the wrong direction. You're looking out as opposed to looking in. The remaining 3 of you will see light in the distance, like maybe torchlight, maybe magical light. It's hard to tell. And 3 riders, people on horseback, approaching the lodge, sort of from the front of the lodge. They can't see you because you're in the woods. You can see them approaching the front.
Can we make anything out on them? What they look like, their features? Are we too far away?
A little far away at this point. They're humanoid. They're the size of people, and they're astride 3 horses with saddles, but they're covered up against the rain, that kind of thing.
Honestly, guys, I'm kind of out of ideas.
so let's teleport. Let's do it. Let's plane shift together. Back to Earth. Right?
Yes. Sure.
Down to try.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let's.
This one's in your head, Banzai.
Hmm.
I'm afraid it isn't as easy as that. What brought you here for a reason, and isn't going to just cut you loose that easily. What's more, you're from, I think, 2024 AD is how you would refer to it on Earth. You're in 1372 DR here in the realms, which would make your Earth years 2001. I think if you were to return to Earth in 2001, you'd probably find that you're occupying it in some way, shape, or form.
Oh.
All right, guys.
Oh.
Here we go.
No, I just got a memo that you guys are not gonna like. I feel like we just walk.
What was the memo?
So just
Why is everybody's gods give him information? Like I am sitting here. I have talked to my guy once this entire time. Okay, we're supposed to have the same guy, Caleb, and our guy likes to talk to you the whole time.
That's because you've been talking to Jesus.
1372 DR. 1372 DR.
That's the Goblin Wars. That's the death of King Azun IV. That is bad.
You guys
Yes.
are speaking so many words.
Let's just say we need to find safety fast because the Goblin War happens soon.
Okay, so we are not Alice in Wonderland. We are not, what is it? Ruby's red slippers. Gosh darn it, Ruby's slippers.
Oh, Wizards
We're
of Oz.
not Wizards of Oz. We're not Wizard of Oz. We can't just think our way out. We have to level up. Because currently, if we try to hop back, it'll be 2021.
Okay, so I can buy a house before the market crashes. I can invest in Apple. I can literally have a better life than I have now.
But we're still
2001, Banzai, not 2021.
Oh, sorry,
2001.
2001. Sorry, 2001. We're gonna be back.
Honestly,
In
this just
time.
went from an isekai to a regression novel, and I'm okay with that.
I don't think that we're gonna be back in the bodies. I think we'll be there, and we'll also be there. Back to the future style.
Can you ask your god what our task is? Because mine is lying to me constantly. He put on a fake voice like he was Mufasa and tried to tell me to not trust him as though he was another god.
I don't think, if I know fantasy, they're not gonna tell us because there's rules.
Who made the rules? Who made?
They did, and they're playing their own
dude's
game.
head by thinking about it. So
Yo, I made up my own rules. That's what I did.
I mean,
all right,
honestly,
all right.
I
so it has-
genuinely don't have any ideas on what to do. I've tried everything. I know about the history we're in, but I'm kind of useless here. My god doesn't like me. He'd rather bless Yan-Yan than bless me and then say that I've been blessed. So
All right, we can go back inside. I mean, it's raining out here. Body's buried.
Yeah.
Whatever, man.
Let's just walk back.
Whatever.
I'm tired.
Yeah, I need to go to sleep anyway. We can go.
Yeah, the only thing I know is that it involves Midsummer, because otherwise, like, there's no reason to bring us in on this specific date.
Okay,
So
I'm
let's
gonna
just
be
keep that
honest.
in mind.
Y'all keep saying Midsummer, and I just keep thinking of that scary movie Midsummer.
That is what it is.
Is
Basically,
it? Is that what
it's
this is?
It's a festival that goes on
Okay.
where they hunt women to make them their wives. I think something like that during the night. And there's like a festival for like prosperity and a bunch of other stuff. But it seems like now there's a storm, so now it's like the movie you're talking about where it's all like creepy and dangerous and paranormal.
So,
Normally it's not like this.
yeah, I know that okay, so if I remember correctly, my understanding is naked people are involved in the summer, and then silent bells at night. If I remember Terry Pratchett, they had like a opposites. Like, so this is supposed to be the springtime, and then afterwards is the darkness time where they have no bells. So people wear bells in one version and no bells in the other.
All right. Sounds like climate change is hitting. Bad news because of climate change. People go around running naked, and we're here to fix climates. That's how.
So those riders are approaching the inn. If you want to get there before they get there, you've got to scamper inside right now. Otherwise, you'll be going inside after they get there. Do you care about that one way or the other?
Honestly, I'd rather them get in beforehand because then they can deal with the changelings. If that's what they are. I assume by the body it's not. It's probably a faceless, which is even worse. So
Well, we're here for a reason. We'll just have to figure out what it is for.
All right. Hey, by the way, y'all could all probably cast Fireball. Just letting you know, I will be doing that at some point if things get too messed up.
Well, thank you for the warning.
Well,
Let's are we just gonna watch from outside, or are we just gonna wait outside for them?
I assume we're just gonna go ahead and start walking back towards that direction. Whoever gets there first gets there first.
Mm-hmm.
That
Yes.
will be you if you start walking right now.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna slow down my pace. I want these riders to get there first. I'm tired of being in danger. I've been attacked twice, killed myself. Like,
I walk inside the door.
It appears as though the party is splitting up. Is that a problem for you, Kim?
I don't want to leave
Well,
Christian by himself. I will go
Yeah.
with Christian. I guess are we splitting in two again?
no, I'm just gonna I'm gonna stay with you guys because last time I got pooped on and I got blood on me. I'm just at the end of the line, dragging my feet.
Okay. All right. So you'll come back inside. Everyone will look over in your general direction. The woman at the table by herself, who now looks impatient and slightly nervous, will look up at all of you. Remember, her companion left to go to the bathroom 30 minutes ago?
So I'm gonna like, as we're walking, I'm gonna reach forward and put my hand on whoever's in front of me. Would that be Yang-Yang or Banzai?
Let's go with Yang-Yang.
I'm gonna put my hand on Yang-Yang and I'm just gonna immediately think. I'm gonna stare at that woman in the eyes and I'm gonna think to Yan-Yan, she needs to go. And I'm gonna
reply.
You don't have to. I removed my hand right after. I just stared because I want to see her reaction. Does she have any type of...
Does it seem like she was reading your thoughts and heard you suggest that she needed to be murdered?
Yes.
It doesn't seem that way.
Okay.
Well, I think my reaction to him telling me that is I immediately imagined her companion's head being crushed. So I don't know if that helps.
Her companion's head, who you exploded earlier, that is what you're going to envision. Okay. She doesn't seem to react to that either, but I mean, well.
Then I reach back out and I go, okay, maybe not. She didn't react.
So
Or
we're
she's
all
the stone
inside
cold
now.
fox.
Yeah, I mean, possible. Are you gonna sit back down at the table you were at before? Or?
Yep, I'm gonna sit back down. I'm gonna grab my energy drink in the can, I'm gonna take a
There
couple sips
is
from it.
a bucket with warm soapy water and some rags at the table. They did promise you that.
I'm
So
gonna wipe off my
Leora.
face.
no sign of Leora. No sign. Okay. So you'll sit at the table for a moment, contemplating the nature of the universe. And very shortly thereafter, because you didn't beat those riders by a ton of time, there is a knock. Boom, 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 upon the door. And the lodgekeeper will say, "Come on in out of the night." The door sort of opens before he even has a chance to finish his statement. And from the door emerges a man attempting to exude an air of importance. Drenched from the storm, his clothes, clearly once of fine quality, now cling to him uncomfortably, the colors muted by the rain. His face, though still somewhat youthful, holds the furrows of someone who's borne more worries than his age should permit. Dark locks of hair plastered to his forehead, frame eyes that dart around the room, calculating and assessing. There's an underlying desperation to him, an eagerness that's not entirely masked by his feigned joviality. The weight of his flashy weapons, he's got a fancy-looking rapier at his waist and a main gauche, which is a parrying dagger, at his left waist, and a slight wine stain on his attire contrasts with his otherwise noble bearing. Beside him, entering, is a woman, visibly disgruntled. She's undeniably pretty, but there's a worn look to her, the kind that comes from late nights and hard living. Her attire is loud, an almost garish array of colors and fabrics that seem out of place in the rustic setting of the lodge. The rain has not been kind to her either. Her makeup smudges and her dress clings in places, revealing more than she might intend. The way she moves, a blend of confidence and irritation, and her occasional sharp glance at the nobleman, suggests a relationship of convenience rather than genuine affection. And there is a third figure at the end, a man that seems at first glance more like a highwayman than a proper protector. In his 30s, rugged, weather-beaten appearance of an individual familiar with life's rougher edges, a scar trailing from his temple to his chin, giving him a sneer. Thick beard and a nose that's clearly been broken more than once. His attire, while practical, is mismatched. Pieces of chainmail visible beneath worn cloak, a shield that's seen better days, a sword that, while sharp, probably has nicks and battle scars, and strapped to his back, a crossbow that hints at a readiness for trouble. The finely dressed gentleman, upon entry, says, "Ah, what a night to be outdoors. Seems I've found a lively enough place, though." And the lodgekeeper moves over to engage him in conversation. Could you please all roll 20-sided dice? Okay, 10 or 9. Is that a 9? Okay, 9. Yang-Yang?
18.
18. Christian, a 1, natural 1, and a 2. Oh, is that 11? Okay. All right. So, Yang-Yang, you're on your own. Caleb and Banzai, you'll notice that the woman, who is now seated by herself, will look over at this man coming through the door, and just the slightest sigh. If she was waiting for somebody, this is who she was waiting for. You saw that betrayed in her glance. She still seems nervous. She's probably wondering where her companion is at this particular moment in time. But she was waiting for somebody. This is clearly who she was waiting for. Christian, you're the only one that notices that not only does this woman look up and sort of like acknowledge the entry of this particular gentleman, but the gentleman sees her, his eyes rest on her for a moment longer than they rest on anyone else, and the 3 men whose dead bodies you found out on the trail look at him and look at each other. Okay, so what would you like to do?
I'm gonna try something.
All right, what do you got
I'm
in mind?
tired of everybody looking into my brain and listening for stuff. I'm gonna start looking at everybody real hard, and I'm gonna try and read everybody's mind and try and see if I can hear what's going on, because I'm tired of not knowing. And I don't care if I flash in front of everybody and everybody looks at. I want to just try and grab some surface level thoughts on what is going on with some detect thoughts, because this is just too much.
Do you have any person in mind to start with?
I'll start with the dude that just came in, that was looking at everybody and then stopped and looked at her. No.
Okay.
No, I'm not gonna start.
Not
with
him. Not him.
I'm gonna
Okay.
start with the 3 dead people that we saw over there. So that my counterpart. That's who I'm gonna start with, because they're the most nefarious looking people.
They are nefarious looking people. Could you roll a 20-sided die before you do that for me?
Sure. That's a 2.
Your read on that group, your read on them is that the wizard's in charge. If they're sort of like deferring to anybody, kind of the way they look at each other, your read is that the wizard is in charge.
I'm gonna read him.
Okay. So you'll feel warmth building in your chest. Power is
like
gonna.
This.
Okay, cover that up a little. Yeah. Power's building to something. You wanted to go for it?
Oh yeah, like.
Okay, cool. All right. So while Christian's doing that and not telling any of you, so you'll all be completely surprised by it. What are the 3 of you doing once you saw that little psychodrama play out on the floor of this place?
Who's closest to me? I guess would it be Yang sitting next to me?
At this point, I would say Yang and Caleb are equidistant from you.
Yeah, I'm just gonna like nonchalantly try to like poke at them and be like, hey, I know I didn't tell you earlier this all inside, but that lady was waiting for these people to get here.
You are now, the 3 of you, in contact with one another. She will say that. You will see Christian do this weird kind of thing, and he's looking over at that table with those 3 people, and then you'll see a little like burst that he's covering up pretty good of energy go forth. I think he's trying something. Do you want to react to what he's trying before it goes off, or?
You know, I think I just let him do it because, even after Banzai said that, like in my mind, I just reply back like, I don't know who's good. I don't know who's bad. Like all I can do is crush people's heads, and that doesn't help us unless we know who to crush. Like who's the bad one? Who's the target?
Crush people's heads. Okay.
I'm just kind of I'm thinking to myself. I'm not even paying attention to really what's going on. Like I clock, that they're looking around what Banzai says, but my response is just like, the Goblins Wars ended in 1371. Like this, I really don't understand what's happening. Like I'm just trying to. That's
Why
all
did
I'm
that
thinking
woman
of.
say Tilberton was still there? I don't understand.
I don't understand. And I'm just kind of like going through it in my head.
So you're kind of lost in your own thoughts. You're lost.
Because I had God abandon me and then lie to me, and I'm just kind of
James Earl Jones.
Yeah, I had James Earl Jones abandon me. Not my father,
worse.
But could be
worse. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
On my idol, just lied to me multiple times. But yeah, I'm just kind of here.
Okay, so Christian, this is I like to say, good news, bad news situation.
All right.
The good news is you are getting a glimpse into the mind of this entity.
All right.
The bad news is that the mind of this entity is a chaotic mess. And you will immediately know as your thoughts connect to its thoughts that it is indelibly alien. That is not the mind of a person. That is the mind of some sentient being. And its chaotic thoughts assault you, and then there is a moment of clarity, for the mind that you have reached out to knows that you have contacted it, and it has chosen to hail you. Well met, traveler, it says in your head, tone calm and measured. It's not every day one comes across folk willing to parley with my kind. So what stirred your curiosity? Coin, power, or perhaps a little mischief in the moonlight?
Man, it's none of those things. I just need to know what's going on. Who are you looking at? Who are we looking at?
Are you saying this in your mind with the creature, or are you just yelling?
100%.
Okay.
Like, I'm yelling in my mind though. I'm like, dude, I need to. I'm not involved in anything. Like, let me just. I will give you all of this coin right here in my hand if you tell me what is going on right here.
Here's the straight arrow, friend. I've a task at hand, one that requires discretion. A certain man of import, it's thinking about the man who's conversing with the innkeeper, has made his appearance. And, well, let's just say he and I have important business to transact. Private business. Much more lucrative business that Zentish fool Lady Shield has in mind.
Okay, so is that Lady Shield? Like, I use my eyes.
Lady Shield is the woman who was awaiting his arrival.
Okay, Shield, woman waiting.
Okay, so you'll get that from its glance over at her. She's trying to sort of like make her way nonchalantly to the bar, like she's trying to go over in the direction. The rest of you, having no idea what Christian is doing, are instead just watching the conversation develop between this gentleman, whoever the heck he is, and the man whose place this is. I gotta tell you, this guy's kind of a jerk. Because here's what he's saying. Only a complete nuthatch would choose to live in this blasted wasteland. If this reign is the best the gods can muster, it's no wonder we are of noble birth are left to elevate the realm. Sorry, good sir, but the 9 hunters grant you what we can. I apologize, my lord. And he says, this place? Ha! I've seen rat-infested gutters in Cizale grander than this lodge, but I suppose it's appropriate enough for a hideaway. You, Christian, are totally missing that conversation, but the three of you are picking up on it. I'll get back to you and our friend across the room in a minute, Christian. Anything the three of you want to do reaction-wise to what's occurring at the front of the room?
Can I pop outside and try to evoke the power to stop the storm?
I don't know. Can you pop outside and attempt to invoke the power to stop the storm?
I mean, I'm gonna try.
All right. So Yang-Yang stands up again, alerting no one. Caleb,
okay.
Banzai? Or did you want to say something?
No, this is how I'm reacting, because one's like going like this, and the other one's going like this, and I'm just like, this is how I'm reacting. This is the reaction.
Caleb, have you got something for this situation? Oh, he's going to stop while he's standing.
Yeah. I'm just going to kind of shake my head, and I'm just going to go, all right. I mean, if the only way that I can make sure, I can't even make sure that my friends will live, but rather, if the only way I can ensure our survival is to make some pledge to a god that's going to lie to me, I might as well make a pledge with one of the other two, and not you. That's kind of just like what I'm thinking to myself. And between a god that lies, a god of magic, and a god of like, what is Torm? Righteousness?
Yeah.
I think I'm just gonna go with Torm. You know, I'll just talk to him and be like, "Hey, Torm, been lied to a couple times. First off, I don't know how I can make sure it's you, but I was told like I could talk to one of you to see about getting some power. And you've already helped me before, as evidenced by the pinky finger that's dimmed on my symbol. So
Mustafa will say in your head, if you are brave of heart, I will render you aid, but you must take actions that you believe are appropriate to men of nobility and courage. I cannot aid you if you take actions against that credo.
I may not be brave of heart, but I am stalwart of mind, and I'm willing to do what it takes to protect those that are mine. Is that enough?
We shall see. We shall see. Meanwhile, Christian, so what I need from you is to simply sit there and let this situation play out. If you and your friends stay out of this, then there's no reason for me and mine to spill your blood. We'll conclude our business, butcher the people we need to butcher, and be about our way.
So you're butchering people. We just gotta sit around here, and you're gonna be on your way.
That's correct. I could also offer you a reward if you're looking for some sort of a reward. A hefty sum of Cormyrian dragons, or perhaps something more arcane in nature. All you've got to do is keep your lips sealed and maybe lend a hand in my little performance. Think on it, but think quickly. Every coin has two faces, and aligning with mine might just slip the scales in your favor.
Yeah, okay, so that's all good and awesome and stuff like that, but can you stop this storm? Can you like get us to a town? Do you got a wizard friend? Like, I just gotta go like to another place. Do you have that access?
A wizard friend.
Okay, all right, wizard friend, what up, dog? Okay, I got one question for you then, right? Do you know plane shift?
I'm not so powerful a wizard that I can do that, but I can get you to those who are. I have contacts all throughout this kingdom and beyond it. My kind are very useful to humans, and we make allies when we take jobs just like this one.
Perfect.
So why don't you let your friends know that they need to sit this out?
Yeah.
Okay, so it seems like Christian's kind of done staring over in that corner. The nobleman, because I guess that's what he is, has taken a seat by the fire. His coin lass sitting next to him, his bodyguard standing near him, and Lady Shield, although only Christian knows that that's what her name is, seems to have acquired a beverage, 2 beverages in fact, and be moving over towards his table. That's how it's playing out at the moment. Banzai, Yang-Yang, we know Mustafa conversations and talking to the changelings is happening. Anything from the two of you?
Christian's gonna...
Caleb, grab one of them.
Oh, looks, before you can stop the weather, Yang-Yang, it looks like there's a quick group conference.
Okay.
I will relay this information. All right, guys. I don't know what type of thing I'm dealing with here, but he said, and I just give a quick nod. The wizard over there said that he knows another wizard that can get us home. All we have to do is chill out and let him kill everybody else in here.
I'm sorry, Christian, but I can't let that happen.
What the thing?
I literally just talked to...
It has always been character energy with y'all.
Bro,
Why can't you just sit down for 1 second? We're there. We are there. We literally don't have to do anything, and he has it.
I made a deal with God to get power to protect
it's
me
not
and my
God.
own. Okay, so this very powerful being that transported us to this world and is invoking power into us to allow us to blow up brains. That's not God level beings to you.
All right.
And they said that the only way that I can help out and make sure that I have the strength to make sure you guys don't die is to act with bravery in my heart and do what I should as a noble man should do. I told him I'd protect my own, but part of protecting my own means I need the power to do so. And what's to stop them from killing us after they kill them?
He said
They know
so.
now that doesn't matter. Why are you so quick to trust them, but not anyone else in the gods? You're quick to trust the people that tried to kill me. They made me kill myself, Christian.
Those guys was not with those guys.
Yes, they are.
No,
They
they're not.
are.
How you
They're
know?
literally.
How you know? You didn't talk to him. I talked to him. Okay.
You talked to him, but I killed. There's
Okay,
a
look.
pretzel
Then
outside that
you
is
need
them.
to do this. Then you need to know this. If you don't want to trust them and if you don't not gonna go along with it, then we need to fireball them right now because they're gonna try and kill everybody else in here.
Fireball him.
Fireball
I
him.
agree.
Fireball him, Caleb. Kill him.
I don't
Kill
think
him.
Torm-
But then,
Hey,
you
look,
better,
I'm gonna
then
be
you
honest,
better
though.
find a wizard after we're done because I can't take this no more. I gotta go home. I got school in the morning.
Hey, Christian, I understand, but
So
good news,
at
bad
that
news.
moment in time, the front door of the inn opens. And striding into the front door of the inn is an exact duplicate of the bodyguard of the nobleman. Everyone will look over in that direction, and you will see hands going to their weapons all around the room.
Can I try to channel this and be like, hey, Torm, it's poop's about to hit the fan,
Yeah.
and I need to be able to know who's good and who's not.
You will say that? You will say that?
In my mind.
Flash of silver blue light, and one of the gems on the gauntleted hand pops off. You are now able to see the true forms of all of the entities in this room. You are now able to. Other players are not privy to this information unless Caleb chooses to give it to you.
Okay. Are we still in contact?
I don't know. Are you still in contact?
I would imagine yes.
Okay.
Can I tell which
So, yes.
bodyguard is the real one?
Yes. There is an image which technical Kris will send or pull up on the screen. I believe it's called Creature 2. It shows you what these things masquerading as people actually look like. The bodyguard who stepped inside is fake. The bodyguard sitting next to the nobleman is real. The nobleman is real. The coin lass with the nobleman is real. Lady Shield is real. The three individuals on the other side of the room, he just sent it, all look exactly like this creature at the door.
Mm-hmm.
So there are four of them in here. The nobleman's bodyguard. Three, those purple dragon knights in the corner. The bartender is real. His family in the room beyond is real. The cat, which has been patiently watching this all unfold, is real. You know that in an instant. Mustafa has opened your eyes.
Thank you. Thank you, Mufasa. I'm going to
Mufasa, yeah.
I'm gonna send an image of that, like literally just like in kind of like true form, the same way that I sent the image to Banzai, to all of them, and then I'm just gonna say, we have to make the first move. And I get up from the table and I start walking over. I'm not even gonna do fireball because we're gonna hit the people we're trying to protect. I'm just gonna stand up and I'm gonna walk over towards the bodyguard, and I'm just gonna, like, the fake one, and I'm immediately just going to punch it like in the face and try and just be like, I'm just gonna punch it immediately.
Okay, so all you're trying to do is punch. Yes.
Yeah, I'm trying to punch it in the nose, maybe break it, get it to bleed a little bit. That's kind of my goal.
Get some purple blood out there.
Yeah,
okay.
Get some purple blood out of there so that way people understand what's going on. And I'm hoping it can be like a...
Are you going to tell your compatriots that you're about to stand up, break the link, and rush over there? Or
that's what I meant when I said we got to make the first move, and I stood up.
All right, so you guys are actually, believe it or not, going to kind of get the drop on everybody else in this room because you've made the first move. So I know what you're doing, Caleb. You're standing up, you're rushing over to that guy, fist cocked back to give him a sock right in the jaw.
I got a 19.
Don't roll that yet, because we have to roll it. We have to roll, or we have to see what everyone else is going to do. Initiative not necessary because you've achieved surprise. Yang-Yang, What are you going to do this round?
Ooh, just turn around, try to head crush one of the wizard's minions. Want to head crush the wizard guy because maybe he could lead us to a wizard that could take us home.
Christian may have some points. So, do you want to do the scout or the knight?
Let's do the knight.
All right, let's do the knight. Got it.
Good choice.
Okay, so Banzai.
I have that charcoal in my hand, right? I'm gonna kind of like run up, crush the charcoal that I have in the one hand, and then whatever is the closest thing that he pointed out, I'm gonna put a little big old slap of a charcoal on its face to mark out.
So the closest one is the fake. You're gonna run up with him and tag the fake bodyguard.
Okay, yeah, if that's the closest one.
That's the closest one.
Yes.
All right.
I'm gonna tag it. So he's gonna punch it one side. I'm gonna tag it.
Christian,
Push his face
man,
into my hand.
Christian, man, they're not going with your plan. They're not going with your plan, bro. What?
Well, we're all in it now. I mean, like, I can't just be like,
Fireball.
I can't just be sit there and just be like, well, I'm sitting here. They're gonna die later. I can't do that. Is that good? So I stand
what
up.
would you like to do? Okay.
I stand up, and as Caleb's walking, as Yang-Yang is doing his Danimal's Crush Cup getting prepared, and as Banzai begins with the charcoal walking, I jump on the table and go, those three are fake! That guy's fake too! They're all four in on it! Don't let them kill you! Lady Shield, he's trying to kill you! Don't let him try to kill you! Only you! Please save yourself! Please save yourself!
All right. So information download for the room. Thank you very much. So we're gonna lead with Caleb, who's the first man to make a move, and he's gonna come rolling in. I'll even let you keep the 19. So fantastic. You actually have some punching capability, if I recall correctly. So second edition has something called punching and wrestling specialization. A 19 you can modify up to a 20, which does 3 points of damage and gives you a 40% chance to knock that person out if it's possible to knock them out. Would you like to do that?
I would love to.
Okay. So you'll swing, crack him right in the jaw. It'll spin to the left. Could you roll percentile dice roll?
Is it the 100?
Yep.
Okay. Let me.
Let's see what we got.
Hold on. Why can't I roll my percentile die? My computer froze 1 sec.
All right.
Or like the browser itself.
You can roll standard dice if you need to do that.
If you're using D&D Beyond, it actually like simulates the physics of the dice. So sometimes when you roll more dice, it makes your computer lag or your browser lag.
Yeah, I think that's what it was doing. Percentile die, that is a 47.
Oh, you had a 40% chance. But you definitely broke its nose and fountained purple blood all over your hand and the area. Banzai, your turn.
Then I slap it. I can't punch. I'm not good at punching, but I got charcoal crushed in my head. I'm gonna slap it. So, right when
Please roll a d20. You want to roll high.
Oh, God. I got a 1.
Could you roll that again, please? Just in case for some reason you get another.
8.
Okay, so whoosh. You just were expecting it to be in one place, and it ended up being in another because Caleb hit it so hard he kind of spun it around. The good news is you didn't tag Caleb with that, so awesome, but you also didn't connect with the thing. Yang-Yang, we're over to you. You're trying to crush the head. Now, I forget, was it the fighter or the scout?
The fighter.
Fighter. Okay, so now I need you to roll a d20.
1.
Okay, so that's good when you're attempting psionics.
Yeah!
That's a really good low number. Psionics is a low numbers for success, high numbers for failure. That's a power score, I think. So you are using a psionic ability It is not as powerful now that you are using it on your own without just tapping directly into the power of the mark. That first use of it kind of unlocked your capability to do it. And so now you have that ability. Normally this, it's a telekinetic science, I think, called detonate. Normally this would do a d6 damage, but you rolled power score, so it's d6 doubled. Could you roll that for me, please?
So do I roll 2d6 or just double the 1?
D6, double it.
Thank you. 5 times 2, 10.
Oh! Once again, you have shattered the skull of one of these creatures. You have not exploded it. That was way overkill the last time. Maybe there was some kind of a little boost here. But you did crack its skull right down the middle, and it will drop like a felled oxen, purple blood pouring forth from its mouth and nose. Yeah, you're pretty sure.
I was practicing.
Yep, Mind Crusher Yang-Yang strikes again.
You're pretty sure you killed that. Okay? So that just left Christian, who downloaded all the information he knew about the situation to the room. It's now the beginning of the first non-surprise round. Baddies and goodies and neutralies are all in the mix. What do you guys want to do this round? We'll start with you, Caleb.
I'm going to punch this thing in the face again and try to knock it out.
Okay.
I'm just like, I'm stomping him.
I'm stomping him. Christian?
Yeah. I am going to try and get out of eyesight of the wizard. I feel like he's going to be angry at me.
You just broke your deal. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So does that mean throw yourself to the ground and hide under a table? That'd probably be the most effective way to be out of eyesight.
I think I'm gonna try, hide on the other side of the bar and then just get my short bow ready.
Okay.
Just in case an eyes peek over and be like, I'm after you. I'm like, you know.
All right.
So.
Sweet plan.
Yeah.
Banzai?
I don't know if this is gonna work, but I can't punch for a damn thing. So I'm gonna go to the closest the people that look like they need. I'm going to really hard kind of imagine armor on my arm or body, like a shield.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
No comment
manifest.
if you're doing that. Yep. Raw.
Manifest.
Okay.
Shield.
Cool. And finally, Yang-Yang, Destroyer of Minds, what have you got for it?
So I just I do my fingers, just look at the scout, with my fingers above his head like this, and I go, don't move. Just go to the wizard.
I like that. Don't move. All right, initiatives, my lovely. Roll for
Is
the
initiative
goodies,
D10,
the
you said?
baddies, and the D10, yes. Okay, so you have a 7, Banzai. You have Christian a 4. You have Caleb a 2. And you have a 6. Okay. Yang-Yang. All right. Looks like some of you will go before the bad guys. All of you will go before the good guys. All right. So first to go is Caleb.
Okay.
Swinging.
Yep. I'm gonna just keep pummeling.
Okay.
That is a 19.
You hit again. You may once again modify this up to a 20.
Okay.
So you base 3 plus your strength damage,
I
and
might
having a
as well.
40% chance to knock out.
No harm in trying again.
All right. You're kicking this guy's butt. He's
That is
bleeding freely at this point in time. Why don't
That
you
is
roll those percentile dice?
41.
Oh, once again.
1% over.
Just missed it. But he's staggering, bleary-eyed at you, barely on his feet. If you had to guess, he's like at 1 or 2 hit points or something like that. Okay?
Okay.
So that's Caleb. Next to go is Christian. Whoosh. Off the table, behind the bar, kind of like John Woo face-off style. You're jumping, bouncing off the bar behind it. Okay, cool. And then at 5, our bad guy friends go.
Yep.
You know, it's a good choice, Christian, that you did that, because that wizard that you broke, peace with was doing a wizardy thing of casting some sort of a spell. He's got something in his left hand, looks like a scrap of fur or something like that. There's a brief spark back and forth between his hands, and then he fans them out, and a bolt of lightning 5 feet across and 10 feet across and 40 feet long, blue-white lightning streaks out from his hands and shatters out across the room. It strikes Lady Shield straight in the chest as she was pulling out 2 daggers to throw them, and she goes hurtled back smoking against the wall. It also incinerates, completely blasting him to ash, the bodyguard of the nobleman. The nobleman and the woman, his coin lass, who are seated just a few feet away from the edge of that, look at it in horror and both start screaming. The nobleman screaming uncontrollably, the woman screaming uncontrollably. The sole remaining scout sees you go, and was going to step forward, looks over at the creature that just cast the lightning over, and stops, raising his hands in a "I'm not trying to make trouble" sort of a posture. That brings us to you, Yang-Yang. What are your plans?
If I got one of them like held like this, and I'm like, the wizard does a lightning blast, I guess I'm just gonna put my other hand up and then like put it over the wizard. I said, don't move.
Okay, fair enough. And that brings us to you, Banzai. So tell me what you're trying to accomplish here.
Well, I mean, do I see the lightning happen though?
Oh yeah, everyone in this room. So it blasted apart tables, set fires across the room. Yep.
Now, could I change what I was about to do then?
Oh, absolutely. What would you like to do instead?
That lady that just got like gooked right against the wall, could I run to her really quick and lay my hands and just will life into her? Like real.
I mean, you could try, sure.
Yes, I'm gonna try, because he said, like, Caleb said that like he healed himself at one point, so I'm gonna just like feel that in my heart.
So Banzai will scramble across the battlefield, ducking whatever's, and come rolling up against this woman hatched up against the wall. She's still alive, but she is in bad shape. There's literally a hole cooked in her chest, and she's looking at you with kind of glassy eyes, blood running down the side of her mouth. Like she's trying to talk to you. Do you want to?
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna like get skin to skin contact or something.
Okay.
And
maybe try to keep her guts from falling out from that hole.
Yeah, but I mean,
Okay.
like, can I still get that like feeling of life being pushed and forced?
I mean, you can try, sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you will lay your hands kind of near the hole and try to push life energy. You'll feel something building in that mark in your chest. Do you want to let it do what it's supposed to do?
Yes. I'm gonna do it.
Okay. One of the stars on the gauntleted hand will burst into silvery blue radiance, and a rush of healing energy will tear forth from you into her, sealing the desperate wound in her chest. She's not at full or anything, but she is not going to die. She'll spit out a thanks, tinged with blood. Okay. The good guys will do the following. The woman seated at the table will just keep screaming bloody murder. I think we've broken her. She was clearly not prepared for what was going on here. So she's just yelling and yelling. The man, the nobleman, while screaming, will scramble up from the table on all fours and bolt towards the front door of this place. He's going to go crashing through it unless somebody stops him. And the only person in a position to do that is Caleb. Let him go or try to stop him making his way to the front door. You are muted.
I'm just gonna trip him.
Okay. Could you roll a 20-sided die for me?
Yeah, 100%.
That's the right move.
20. That is a 6.
Okay. You didn't connect with him well enough to fully stop him, but you did enough to spill him off his path and cause him to hitch up against the wall, like he crashes next to the door instead of bursting through the door. And he'll kind of look up at you, assessing you as, that must clearly be one of the bad guys because they just attacked me.
As I trip him, I'm going to say, no one leaves until we get answers. Like,
okay.
Just because there's too many people pretend to be someone else, can't let him escape, and then suddenly he comes back and he's like, nah, not happening.
Stopping him.
Die before that.
The last good guy thing to occur this round will be that coming charging out of the kitchen where he has grabbed a battle axe will come the owner of this place. He'll come for Lady Storm and the Harpers, he'll yell as he comes running across the room, and he'll take that battle axe and swing at the wizard who cast the spell. Let's see if he hits, shall we?
Oh my god, guys.
He did not. His battle axe will instead hitch up in the table right next to where that wizard is standing. And
He tried
that
his best.
is the end of the round. What do you want to do this round, everybody? I'll come around to Banzai. Banzai?
This lady's still, like, she's at least better, though, right?
Yes, she is not going to meaningfully participate in this fight, but she's not going to die either.
Yeah. What about wait, so did the fake bodyguard get hit or the real bodyguard get hit?
Real bodyguard is in pieces on the ground smoking.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's too late.
Yeah, there's nothing to be done for him.
I guess she can't do anything right now. So I'm gonna turn and there's not really anything like close to me because this is a lot of running.
There's all sorts of magical effects if one is looking for a magical effect. One need not just do magical effects that are close to a person. I'm gonna let you ponder that.
I do know.
Yes.
I'm gonna just point my finger at the wizard and yell magic missile.
Alrighty, let's see how that plays out. So I know what you're doing, Banzai.
Yeah.
Yang-Yang, what have I got coming from you?
Upon hearing for the Harpers, my face just gets really embarrassed looking. And I slowly just like ease up on the finger guns or whatever, hand crushers, finger crushers. And I'm gonna yell out loud to everybody, oh my god! They're the Harpers! The Harpers are the good guys, guys! The Harpers are the good guys!
I think we made our choices regardless.
You know, Christian, I just want to point out you didn't share a key piece of information that you were given earlier, but that's okay. We just live with who Lee Shield is. But, we good. We live, this is our bed. We made it.
Sometimes, you gotta lay in that bed. Okay, so
There you go.
Christian, what have you got for me?
So I'm behind the bar.
You are.
Is there mead back here?
I mean, there's all kinds of liquor back here. Sure.
I want to pick up some liquor and chuck it at the wizard, and then I'll go back down below the bar, or at least get liquor around the floor where he is. But I'm aiming at him. But worse.
So you're not attempting to construct a Molotov cocktail. You're just attempting to spill flammables in his general.
All over, yeah, in that area.
Gotcha.
Burn, baby, burn.
And Caleb.
So the guy has like 1 or 2 HP?
Yeah, he is clinging to life.
Okay. Can I try to channel some divinity of Torm or something and hurl this guy across the room at the wizard?
I mean, you can try anything.
I would like to try. I want to that's kind of what I want to do actually. Like I want to grab him and like kind of do like a smite, just launch him.
Okay, fair enough. Time for those lovely initiative dice, everybody. Okay, so Caleb, 1. Christian, 1. Yang-Yang, 9. And Banzai, what is that? Also a 9? Banzai, 9. Okay. All right. So Christian and Caleb, you're going to go first. The way ties happen in initiative is you then assess dexterity, and whoever has the higher dexterity tends to go first. I think, Christian, your dexterity is probably higher than Caleb's. So looks like it's the bottle tosser first on this one. Okay, so this is a missile weapon. Please roll a 20-sided die.
7.
Ooh, that did not land where you wanted it to land. Please roll a 12-sided die.
Beams Lady Silver in the forehead.
I mean, that might be
9.
good in this case.
Okay, so 9. 9 o'clock is that way off to the left, so it just shatters against the wall, left-hand wall of this place. It just slipped out of your hands a moment too soon. Sometimes
Next
that
time
happens.
it's your face. And then I'll give
Yeah.
it.
Project confidence. That's important. All right. And Caleb?
I'm gonna grab this guy. I'm gonna go, and this is next time, and I launch him. I get a 17.
Okay, so you will feel power building in your chest, and then you will go to imbue it in your strength as you hurl this person. Do you want to let the power forth?
Yeah, I'm gonna let it flow through.
All right, another silvery blue star bursts on your chest, and this person is light as a feather, or you're very strong. One of those two things, because he's just real easy to toss. Please roll a 20-sided die. You're not proficient with a thrown entity, but I mean, you know, he's big.
That is a 14.
14. All right. You will throw him. He'll clip the wizard, not knocking him down, but knocking him back. But he will strike the other, standing there trying not to get his head crushed, entity, knocking him full on back. So those two are tangled in a pile on the ground. You're pretty confident that the damage from hurling that guy across the room put him out. So unconscious guy on top of a conscious pinned guy. Okay. That now brings us to our friends. Lady Shield ain't doing anything because she's on the ground just being happy she's alive at this particular moment in time. Dude with a battle axe, the innkeep, lodge keeper, is swinging again with that battle axe against this wizard. Hitting him this time.
Cut his arm off.
For the Harpers.
Doing a reasonable amount of damage. The wizard, looking annoyed, slips his gaze over to the man who just chopped him with an axe. And the bad guys go. There's only really one bad guy left, and that's the wizard. Apparently he has an idea similar to yours, Banzai. The good news is that guy with the battle axe just hit him because he was gonna do this to you, but he chose the guy with the battle axe who just hit him instead. He'll ramble off a spell, and 5 darts of blood red magic will shoot forth from his fingertips and patter into the man with the battle axe, wounding him but not dropping him, and they're squared off against each other in battle. And then we come to the two of you. Banzai, Yang-Yang, any sense of which of the two of you think is more dexterous? I'm gonna let you.
I think it's
pick that.
Banzai because I do a lot of crafts.
Magic
I don't
missile
know.
first.
Okay, we could do magic missile first. Yeah, I'll do magic missile. I just
Okay.
yell. I don't know how to do it. I'm just gonna be like magic missile if I will it.
So there is a burst of silver light that ripples forth from the flame finger on the end of that hand. And that silver power races down your fingertips and comes out as pure silver light. 5 bolts that go spinning across the room and slamming into that wizard. He'll look over in your direction, surprised that you launched such a powerful magical attack at him, and you'll notice that he'll cough up blood. He's in something that I like to call reels, which is your last or first, depending upon your perspective, 10 hit points. Anything from 10 to 0, you spill blood. Above that, you're just getting roughed up a bit. So this guy took a mighty blow from you, and that spell rocking across the room. Yang-Yang?
So the Harper battle axe guy attacked the wizard.
He did. That is correct.
Okay. Oh, okay. I think I misheard who he was attacking. So those guys are still bad in my mind.
That is correct. He was yelling out. He was crossing the room with his battle axe, yelling for Lady Storm and the Harpers, and he attacked the wizard. I think maybe you thought he attacked somebody else. He attacked the wizard.
I thought he was attacking Lady Storm because he was shouting her name.
No,
but,
no. Oh, so, and Yang-Yang, Lady Shield is up against that, slumped up against that bar. Lady Storm is someone altogether different. No idea who that is.
Okay, so I kind of heard correct. Well, I didn't hear anything because. Got it. Yeah. So, anyways, yes. So I think I was confused for a moment, and I was again? I was like, let them go, and I was like, no, I guess that guy's bad. Okay, good it.
Okay, I'm gonna try. Wizard is our target.
Mm-hmm.
All right, could you roll a 20-sided die for me?
Try to help. Ooh, 15.
Okay. So you'll feel the energy rush out, but this is just the energy rushing out, so it's a single d6 damage. Could you do it for me?
4.
Okay. You'll feel the power of your mind ripple across the room and punch into that wizard, and you'll see one of his eyes quake and blood spill down from it. He'll stagger back, looking in your direction. Okay, now he's right at the edge of reels. And that is the round. Coming into the next one, possibly the last, depending upon how this battle is going. I'll start with Christian. What have you got for me this round?
Yeah. I mean, if I get back up and I see that this dude is as jacked up as he is, I am going to tell him, I'm just going to try and scream at him and tell him to, put his hands up and stuff like that. And try and convince it, bro, you're done. It's over. I want the information. Give me the information, or you die.
You are placing him under arrest. All right, got it. All right, so that's Christian. Banzai?
I'll be honest. Unless Christian goes first, I'm doing another magic missile. So that's my thought. I'm not taking prisoners. I am going to.
No prisoners.
But if Christian goes before me, I won't do that, and I'll just run up to the innkeeper and try to do the same thing I did with the lady.
All right, fair enough. Caleb.
Okay. So Wizard's the only one left standing. There's another dude that's on the ground with the body on top of him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to look at whoever the night guy is, whose bodyguard died.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to go and I'm going to start walking towards the wizard to try to put myself between them and, Christian and Banzai and whatnot. Because worst case, I get blasted. I got armor. They don't. And I'm going to be like, we're on your side, not the doppelgangers. And
doppelgangers, you say?
Yeah, I kept looking at that photo that was sent to me. And it just something, I was like, it's not a changeling. And so it got to be a doppelganger. I thought it was a shifter for a minute, but it clicked.
Clicked into place.
Mm-hmm. I go, it's not the doppelgangers.
So if you could roll those d10s again.
Okay.
Okay, 5 for Banzai. Okay, a 3 for Caleb. Christian. A 1. You're good at initiative, Christian. And a 5 for Yang-Yang. Okay. Some of you will be going before the baddies. The goodies will be going after all of you. So Christian's first. You're going to place him under arrest.
Like, look, all your friends are gonna be dead within the next 6 seconds. Maybe. You have the power to stop all of this. Just put your hands up and don't cast any more spells, or you're gonna die, bro.
Okay.
I can help you.
You gotta help me. Help you. All right, could you roll 2 10-sided dice for me? Add them together.
2 10s?
Mhm.
5.
You are attempting to influence the reaction of an NPC.
7.
Okay, so you added them together, got a 7.
Yes.
Okay, you were looking for high there, but
Okay.
he's thinking it through. Okay, Caleb, over to you.
He doesn't have a lot. Okay, well.
Okay. So I'm as he's saying this, I'm going to imposingly walk up towards the wizard, and I mean, can I like kind of glance at my symbol and take a notice of how many things I have left?
Sure.
For Torm?
What have you used since the 2 you used before?
Just that healing, so it's 3 total.
3 total. You've got 5, so
Okay.
5 minus 3, 2.
Okay. And I'm just gonna keep walking forward. I'm gonna say, we're not with the doppelgangers, and I'm gonna keep going to wizards. You either listen to my friend, or you're going to end up like yours. And as he says that, I'm going to brandish my longsword and try to spark it up with some of that divine flame of Torm, so I can strike with a smite if need be.
All right. So you will feel power rushing through the mark. Do you wish to allow it to complete its mission?
I do.
All right. So you'll feel fire roar forth from here, up your arm and into the sword, which will burst into pure silver flame. That's very imposing. Okay. So the wizard is going at 4. He's thought about it. He's kind of seen how this situation is playing out for him. It is not looking great. But he's got one more trick up his sleeve, and he will say, before he spits out a few words of magic, I'm not out of options. And then he will say a phrase, 3 or 4 words in length, and he will flash like bright, like the color of the sun, temporarily blinding you, and he is just gone. You'll hear a pop of air.
Push his brain! Push his mind!
I can't see him.
Is counterspell a thing? Because that is something that I, as Christian, am going to be like holding.
As Christian.
Yeah, I would be holding that crap because you're not getting away from me. You are my ticket home. And that is the biggest thing that I would try if reactions are a thing in 2E. I've ever played this version.
Sadly, 3rd edition introduced the concept of the counterspell. Yeah, you're pretty much like,
hit him with anti-magic field.
Okay, so that brings us to Banzai at 5.
There's no, like, that person just flashed and gone, right?
Probably. Caleb, you're pretty confident he's not there because you can see things as they truly are. So you don't think he's invisible. You think he probably just teleported his ass out of here. There were a couple of dudes menacing him. One of them had a glowing silver sword.
I'll just go, yeah, he's actually gone, but he left his friends. Grab them.
Okay, well, if anything, I'm gonna make sure the innkeeper doesn't die immediately, and can I do the healing?
He's
boost?
A pretty decent soldier. He's wounded, but he's alive. He'll allow you to heal him if that's what you're going to do, because who wouldn't want to take healing from a cleric?
Sure. Do it.
Okay, so this time, once again, you'll feel the power coming, but it's not causing the mark to burst, and instead you're just rolling a d8. So if you could just roll a d8.
Hey, lucky them, he got a 7.
7.
Nice.
You didn't heal all of his wounds completely, but you healed about half the damage that he took, and he will say, "Thank you, lass. Bless you." Yang, that brings us to you.
So I don't know that he's not invisible. So
You don't. It's true. How do you crush the mind you can't see?
It's true. Man, I want to try to invoke the power to do like can I do like a detect creature?
You can try. What are you trying to detect?
I'm trying to detect doppelgangers
Okay, that's entirely
within whatever
reasonable.
range I could do.
Whatever range doppelgangers are available. You'll feel power building in your mark. Do you want to let it finish doing what it's doing?
Oh yeah.
Okay. One of the fingers, the flame finger on the hand that has a flaming finger, will burst. A silvery light will go off, and you'll feel like a change to your sight that allows you to see shape-changing creatures and get a sense of where they are around you. You will spot 2 of them, one unconscious, one struggling under the unconscious one, on the ground in that corner. Your sight is drawn in that direction, and you can see them for what they really are.
Oh, I meant more like a locate creature, like
I
locating
understand.
that one specific. Oh, okay.
This gives you both. It allows you to. It's called detect shape changers. It allows you to see them, and it allows you to get a sense of where they're located in your immediate zone. You know that the only 2 living shape changers in a considerable radius around your person are the 2 on the ground. That tells you that our compatriot there just bugged out of town.
Well, it's just these 2. These 2 left.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like the wizard teleported.
Nuh-uh. I'm a dimension door. Because dimension door, you don't have to know where you're going. You just have to have the creature in your mind. So if he's within 500 feet of us, I'm going. He is not getting away. So if that's the spell he used, I'm going right after.
You didn't see a door when
You're
he
right.
did what he did, but I mean, okay, so you'll
500
try to invoke some power from the mark.
I'm drawing a door in the air like, no, come on.
And so which way do you want to go with this door? How far away and like where do you want to?
So this is where I'm a D&D meta as much as I can with this one.
Yeah, you are like, you can meta as much as you like.
I don't know if 2E has the same description, but the spell I'm casting with Dimension Door, you don't have to specify like a direction. You just have to specify, like, you can teleport to a creature as well, and I'm trying to teleport to him.
I will tell you that your spell will fail to take effect when you don't give a destination, because second edition Dimension Door requires you to either visualize the spot, and it'll take you to that spot if you're within appropriate range, or state a direction and distance that you want the door on the other side to open up. So,
well, it fails.
Sadly, that did not work out. Your innkeeper with the battle axe is now standing over the creatures on the ground. I think we should finish them, he'll say.
Okay, well,
the one is trying to scramble out from under the other and surrender.
If you do kill him, then you won't know any information as to why. We can assume they're here to kill those like 3 over there, and I point to everyone else. But we need to know where that us 4 don't need to know. But it'd be good information for the people that almost died to have, because we just want to go home and not be involved anymore.
Then why did you bloody well trick me, you fool?
Because
the man hitched up against the door.
Because I could not guarantee that if you ran out, it would be you coming back in. Instead, so you mean to tell me, are you a Harper? You're a nobleman who left your family, who left those around you and ran. Are you not?
I'm not a bloody Harper. Meddlers, I've want nothing to do with them.
Hey,
nobleman? Are you a nobleman?
Nobleman?
I'm gonna need you nobleman.
I just had to take a pledge to act as a nobleman would, and that meant fighting these things so I could protect my friends, and you, sir, aren't acting as a nobleman would.
I don't know what pledge you're talking about, friend, but I can assure you I'm a noble of this realm.
I can assure you that you're a coward.
He's sputtering.
Talk to me when you have blood on your hands that's not your own.
This is now the guy with the battle axe turning to you, Banzai. What would you have me do, my lady? These things are treacherous by nature.
Oh God. What? Treacherous by. I mean, you don't want to kill. It's harmful. Honestly, I feel bad for killing something that's knocked out. But like,
she's a Zent. This is the guy on the ground, and he's a traitor. Pointing at the nobleman.
I'm gonna put my finger up like Yang-Yang did, and I would be like, silence!
I'd like to just throw in there, I'll be like, Christian, you know that if you're trying to find him, you can just do locate creature, right?
No, I didn't know that.
Because you're...
How? I will try locate creature.
Okay. So this round, you're trying to channel some energy, see if you can't figure out where he went. Banzai, what are you doing?
I'm gonna just go ahead and close my eyes and be like, in my head, God, like, you know what? I'm gonna change them Julia Roberts in my head. I'm changing the voice because I can. What do you say, yay or nay to these still living?
Okay, so you'll inquire of Julia whether she thinks we should kill this creature. Yang-Yang?
Who did that person say was a traitor, the nobleman?
The doppelganger, because let's be real, that's what that is. Who's, I guess, negotiating for his life at this point in time, is suggesting that Lady Shield is a member of the Zentarim, and that nobleman is a traitor to the realm.
Guys, the Zentarim are really bad news. They're a really terrible, evil organization in the realms. And if that guy's a traitor and doing a deal with them, then that's really bad. I'll be honest, at this moment, I have no clue who is good and bad anymore.
And
help me.
Help me.
With all of that information in mind, I'm gonna look at them and go, well, obviously, if we wanted you dead, I would have killed your friend, but he's not. I already killed one person today. I really don't want to have to kill myself a second time. So, is there any spells that we might know of that will allow us to discern the truth of the matter? Like Circle of Truth, Zone of Truth, or something, and we can just interrogate
on the ground, who was watching this all play out and has generously benefited from the healing that you provided her, will sputter forth, I'm no Zent. I'm a hunter. That thing isn't even human. It's lying to you, and I've never met that man before in my life.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. It does not matter to me. We are outsiders in all of this. Can I do like a Zone of Truth?
So Banzai, the answer to the question that you're asking from Julia Roberts, I'm going to go with my best friend's wedding, Julia Roberts here, as opposed to like Runaway Bride, Julia Roberts, or like Aaron Brockovich, Julia Roberts. That's a decision you really sort of have to make for yourself. I'm not usually inclined to kill the harmless creatures, but he can be dangerous if you don't at least tie him up. I'm sorry, Caleb. Can we Zone of Truth? What can we do with this situation?
Like, can we literally just be like, I'm tired. I want to go home. God hasn't told me if I did the right thing. I think that the best thing we can do. We can't trust either of you. Zone of Truth.
So, I think it's Musafa that we're talking to. Is that correct?
Mufasa, yeah.
Mufasa. Sorry, yeah. Lion King. It's been a while. And so he'll say in your head, you've acted truly and done all I could reasonably expect you to do with a good heart in the situation. I think your instincts are good ones. I suspect that your friend Banzai may be able to assist you with this. She seems to be manifesting clerical abilities, and that is a spell for clerics.
Okay. I'll relay that information to Banzai.
However, just to throw something else in here at this point in time, as you are having this conversation with each other, and the guy with the axe is menacing the guy on the ground who's shutting up because somebody threatened to explode his head if he said anything else, and the woman is struggling to get to her feet against the bar, the door will open once again. Somebody else just joined the party. The door swings open with a quiet creak, drawing the attention of everyone in the room. A figure stands in the doorway, silhouetted against the dim light outside. The first thing that strikes you about her is her hair, long, flowing, and silver as moonlight, cascading over her shoulders and framing her breathtakingly beautiful face. It sways gently as she steps into the room, moving with a grace that's almost otherworldly. She's tall, over 6 feet in height, and her presence is nearly ethereal in the dimly lit room. Her vivid blue eyes sweep across the common area, taking in the scene with a mixture of concern and amusement. Despite the late hour and the turmoil, there's a serene calm about her. She's dressed in a practical yet elegant ensemble, a fitted tunic of deep forest green, accentuating her athletic build, paired with dark leggings that speak of many travels. Her boots, made of supple leather, make barely a sound as she moves. Around her neck hangs a simple amulet glinting softly in the firelight. 7 silver stars, a symbol of Mistra, the goddess of magic. Her fingers, slender and dexterous, rest gently on the hilt of a longsword at her side, its design both beautiful and functional. On her back, a well-crafted hand harp is visible, suggesting her readiness for both song and battle. Her gaze lingers on the room for an instant, a silent assessment from one who's seen much of the world's darkness and light. Her expression is one of empathic understanding, as if she can read the tales of the night's events etched on the faces of those present. Her voice, as she speaks, carries the melody of a skilled bard, rich and captivating, yet there's a strength in her tone that commands attention. "It seems I've missed quite the storm," she says, her words carrying a playful tone, "but perhaps there will be tales told after all." And that is where we will end Act 3 of our adventure, on this cliffhanger. Perhaps in the future you will see more. Perhaps in the future you will not. That will depend on our players and our DM. But it has been my exquisite pleasure to host this lovely event here on GenConTV with all of you. And I hope you've had a lot of fun and don't hate me too much for leaving you on a cliffhanger. Thank you all and have a fabulous evening. Good night.
What not?